Have you ever left a conversation feeling completely drained, replaying every word and wondering what you did wrong? What if I told you the reason people pull away isn't what you think? If you have ever suspected there is a hidden rulebook for social connection that everyone else received but you are not alone. This is not about being unlikable. This is about a fundamental misunderstanding between how introverts express connection and how the world often receives it. Today we are solving the introvert's connection puzzle by uncovering the single biggest reason for this disconnect. I will give you a powerful, practical framework to fix it, not by changing who you are, but by strategically aligning your quiet strengths with the way people perceive connection. The core of this issue, the source of so much frustration, is what I call the authentic disconnect. It is the cruel irony that your greatest strength, your deep and thoughtful authenticity, is often systematically misinterpreted. When you are in a social setting, your natural tendency to conserve energy, to listen more than you speak, and to offer contributions only when they are meaningful, feels to you like being respectful and genuine. From the perspective of others, this can be misread as aloofness, disinterest, or even judgment. They see your quietness not as a form of listening, but as a wall. They interpret your thoughtful pauses not as depth, but as a lack of engagement. You are communicating your authentic self, but the message being received is the exact opposite of your intention. You feel misunderstood because you are being misunderstood. This disconnect is not a character flaw, it is a communication gap. And this gap manifests itself in three very specific ways that we can learn to bridge with the right tools. The first way the authentic disconnect plays out is through what I call your energy body language. We have all heard of body language, but for introverts, there is something even more fundamental. This is the subtle, nonverbal communication of your internal energy state. When a social situation drains you, your energy begins to retreat inward. Your shoulders may slump slightly, your gaze might drift as you process internally, and you offer shorter verbal responses to conserve your social battery. The person you are with does not hear your internal monologue about feeling drained. They only see the external signals, and they perceive this retreating energy as a personal rejection. The fix is not to force yourself to be a bubbly extrovert. The fix is to consciously project presence in small, powerful ways. Before you speak, take a gentle breath and lift your chest. Make a conscious effort to maintain soft eye contact, a look that says I am here with you. Nod to show you are following the conversation. These tiny energy investments yield massive returns. This conscious projection of presence is your first and most powerful step in closing the authentic disconnect, ensuring your calm interior is perceived as engaged, not distant. The second channel of the authentic disconnect is a listening habit that backfires, and I call it the silent trap. Introverts are often incredible listeners, but passive listening is when you absorb information like a sponge without providing any feedback. You are quiet and attentive, but the other person has no window into your thoughts. They cannot tell if you are agreeing, disagreeing, or even enjoying the conversation. This lack of feedback makes them feel insecure and assume you are bored or disconnected. The powerful shift is to move from passive listening to active acknowledgement. This does not mean you have to interrupt or dominate. It means using simple, low-energy phrases to hold the door open for them. A well-timed, "That makes so much sense," or "I see what you mean," or even, "Tell me more about that," acts as a social signal flare. It tells the person you are not just hearing them, you are with them. These small verbal signals are the bridge across the authentic disconnect, transforming you from a silent observer in their eyes into a connected partner. The final piece of the authentic disconnect happens in our desire for depth, and I call it the intensity error. Introverts crave meaningful connection, and we often try to achieve this by sharing our true thoughts and feelings. However, in your desire to be authentic, you might share a vulnerable thought or a personal opinion too early. From your perspective, you are offering a gift of trust. From the other person's perspective, who may still be in a casual phase, this can feel intense, heavy, or inappropriate. It creates pressure and makes them pull back. The strategic fix is to think of vulnerability like a dial, not a switch. You do not go from 0 to 60. You start with low-stake shares and slowly, over time, as mutual trust is built, you turn the dial up. Begin by sharing a minor preference, like your favorite quiet place to read. Later, you might share a small challenge you faced at work. This gradual approach allows the other person to feel comfortable and match your level of openness. By pacing your authenticity, you prevent the intensity that causes others to pull away, finally allowing your genuine desire for depth to build connection instead of sabotaging it. Understanding the authentic disconnect and its 3 parts is the key. Now we build your strategic reconnection plan. I want you to take one of these 3 areas, just one, and practice it as a social experiment this week. If you choose the Misread Vibe, your mission is to focus solely on projecting presence with your posture and eye contact. If you choose the Silent Trap, your mission is to use 2 active acknowledgement phrases in a single discussion. This is not about a complete personality overhaul. This is about small, deliberate, high-impact tweaks that leverage your innate introverted strengths. You are strategically communicating your true self in a way the world can finally understand and appreciate, directly dismantling the authentic disconnect piece by piece. If this reframe empowers you, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us grow and reach other introverts who are searching for a path to assertive, authentic connection. The goal was never to make everyone like you. That is an exhausting and impossible pursuit. The true goal was always to solve the connection puzzle. The reason people did not connect with you was never about your core character. It was about the authentic disconnect, a series of small, fixable misalignments between your quiet nature and a loud world. Your quietness is not a weakness to be fixed. It is your source of power. Your ability to listen deeply, to think before you speak, and to form genuine bonds is what the world truly needs. Now you have the strategic framework to ensure those gifts are not just given, but also received. You hold the key to turning your quiet nature into your most powerful tool for connection. Thank you for watching.